Hello my friends, Greg Clowminzer here, and in this video I want to talk about listening skills. And one of the primary listening skills is active listening. So I just got done doing a workshop here in the last week and working with some management teams, teaching them how to really create a coaching culture within their organization instead of just being managers. And one of the distinctions that I shared with them is management is transactional and or tactical, and coaching is developmental. And one of the skills to develop as coaches is our listening skills, and particularly being an active listener. So the skills of active listening, I think, are transferable into any domain of relating or communicating with another human being. So if you're a coach, it's certainly a necessary skill to be a great coach, manager, leader, parent, significant other. Any type of interpersonal skill can be up-leveled or improved simply by learning to be a better listener. So in this video I want to talk about active listening and what it means to be a good active listener. And the first tip I want to share with you is your willingness to receive another's communication. So simply an active listening is just your willingness to receive another's communication. So your willingness is not here to evaluate or judge or whatever it is, but it's simply to be open and receive them. So tip number one is just practice and increase your willingness to receive another's communication. Tip number two is to practice acknowledging what another has just communicated. And I liken acknowledgement to periods at the end of a sentence, or basically bringing communication cycles to a close. So active listening and acknowledgement, what that looks like to me, and you'll see it a lot in the coaching domain, is when coaches are listening, there's a lot of communication cycles that are punctuated through it. I'll just call it a period. And that punctuation from an active listening point is, okay, I got it. And so that's an active listening skill, is when you're listening to someone and making sure that you're getting bite-sized pieces of their communication. Simply say, I got it, if that is true for you. You got it, or that's clear, or thank you. So some sort of acknowledgement that you've received their communication. The next active listening tip that I'd like to share with you is simply asking for clarification. So clarification may in its simplest form just sound something like, could you say that again, or could you say that differently? Okay, run that by me one more time. Or another way to push for clarification is to just say clarify. Could you clarify that for me? So the second active listening skill is asking or going or pushing for clarification. The next active listening skill is inviting another to summarize what they've just said. So sometimes, we all know that very verbose person who talks and talks and talks, and they may even be all over the place, or they've gone on several different tangents, and you're really being present with them and listening and offering your generous listening to that person, and without interrupting them. And then at the end you might just say, would you summarize that for me? And this is really, really valuable to somebody who has scattered ideas, to have them go back and reflect and get really clear on the essence of what they're trying to communicate. So it's a powerful active listening technique to help another individual summarize what it is that they're trying to get across to you. Okay, the next tip for active listening is listening from a place of being open and non-judgmental. So, what we often say is just learning to be with another human being. Just be with them. Offer your presence, offer your listening, and it's just receiving them and being with them without judging or evaluating. It's an experience, it's a phenomena that another person will experience if you can just set aside your own preferences, your own evaluations, your own judgments, and just actually be there to try to really be there for another, to clarify whatever it is they're saying or trying to get understood about. The next tip is really, as a listener, listening from a place of deep understanding. What's the essence of what another's trying to communicate? And really listen from a place of trying to the best of your ability to understand them, or even one notch up from that would be to what I call get their world. Get their world. What's going on in the world of their own psyche, in the world of their own mind, and they're trying to duplicate that or get that across to you. Can you get that? Can you get what it is that they're trying to say or communicate? And maybe it's not just through their words, it's through their entire being. You're actually, active listening is there's a distinction between hearing and listening, and hearing is basically having bringing it in through the channels of our auditory listening, or auditory, our ears. Listening is both hearing, but putting my attention on another. So if I was to define listening, it would be hearing plus my attention on another equals listening. Okay, so you want to listen from a place of really attempting to try to get their world and to understand what it is that they're trying to communicate. And then the last tip for active listening is just learn to have enough self-awareness or self-observation that if you do get triggered or charged by what another's trying to say, for the purposes of being a really great active listener, just set your own stuff aside. Just set it aside and come back and give your attention to the person who is communicating. Okay, so this is a really great practice. Just noticing whatever's getting triggered for you, or even that you may want to respond to. Just set that stuff aside while you're giving another your attention, to be a really great listener and to be really engaged in being an active listener. All right, I hope you found these tips on how to be an active listener valuable. Please leave your comments below, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Greg Clowminzer, your business and life coach.